Waiting for two more people. Okay. Brianna, your face is cut off again. And Marissa, we could barely see you. Alexandra, we can only see the top of your head.
I just got back from a soccer game from the school, so I was driving, that's why.
All right. You're in the car now?
No, I just got back in.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the road. All right. Let's see how we do. Now, I want you all to open the chat and just jot down some things that you think are wrong with the speech. Okay. All right. Or you can just make your own notes and we can talk about it afterwards. Let's start with group 2. Ready?
So
let me put you in speaker view. Okay. We're ready, Justin.
So today I'm going to talk about how social media affects your life and mine, because honestly, it totally does. Like without social media, we would all just, talk to each other in person, which is kind of weird if you think about it. But social media changes my life because I spent a lot of time on it, like a lot. Like if you think it was a sport, I'd be in the Olympics. That's how bad it is. It influences how we see ourselves. We often compare and contrast our life to the people we see, such as like famous people. Like think of the most famous person you know and compare and contrast yourself to them. And your life is not looking too great, is it? But it could affect our mental health too, which leads to stress and anxiety. It's so haunting. I wake up every morning and the first thing I do is check Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, or whatever. I think it's called X now. There's sometimes I check LinkedIn because I just really hate my job. Let's see what this is. Social media has made us compare ourselves to other people, and that's bad or maybe good. I don't know. It depends on your mindset. So I really hope you enjoyed my speech. Social media sucks, and you should stay off of it.
Okay. Let me put back in the gallery view. All right, I don't think it was the worst ever. It wasn't good, but I've seen way worse. What do you think about Justin and Group 2's delivery? What are some of the things you saw I told you not to do?
Definitely reading notes.
Straight reading, right?
Yeah.
A lot of casual language, like I guess, or guys or whatever.
Yeah, now it's okay to use figurative language in the speech, but you can't use it for your specific purpose, your central ideas, or your main points. And of course, the summary statement, which is the restatement, right, of your central idea. But everything else is fair game.
I would say like body language because he kept doing this.
Yes. And he was covering his mouth, right? That's a big no-no.
The position of his camera too, can barely see him.
Yeah. How about the structure? Did he have all 3 parts?
he didn't have all three parts and pieces of his body that were like in there. He had like details that contradicted the main points.
Okay. Okay. Now, what else did he do during the delivery? How was that eye contact?
Non-existent at times.
Yeah, wasn't very good. How about the laughing throughout the speech? And he's looking at his phone, right? A lot of distractions he's causing during the speech as well. And of course, the speech doesn't make any sense, right? We know that part. But he did kind of have a little bit of an introduction. He had the body, and did have a little bit of a conclusion. Okay, so when I say he had a little bit of an introduction, he didn't have any attention getting at all, right? Nor any of the other sections that are in there, but he did tell us what he was getting ready to talk about, right? So probably a worse delivery is if he just went straight to the body, like some of my students did this morning. They just went straight to the body. So yeah, have to make certain that you have all three parts of that speech. And in that introduction, you need to have all sections of that speech. Okay, good. Anything else that group 3 wanted to add?
The transition.
Transitions, no transitions, no. Actually, the generic term is connectives, right?
Okay, yeah, connect.
But transition is a type of connective, yes. And they're usually the ones that, and like signposts, are very frequently used in speeches. Okay, good job. Good job, group 2. Let's hear from group 1.
Okay.
I'm going to put you in the speaker view first. All right. You're ready, Savannah.
Today I'm going to talk about how plagiarism is bad. Why is plagiarism bad? You tell me. If you were to ask the author, if you were to ask me, the author should be honored to be that we steal their work. Oh, this is bad. Sorry, I ran out of time. I couldn't figure out what else to write. Did you like that? Oh, plagiarism's bad, by the way. It's the easy way out. Have a good night.
That was bad. Let me put you back in the gallery. Pretty bad, right? What did you observe about it that was not effective?
There was no speech.
Hardly anybody, hardly any, no supported material whatsoever,
Nothing.
right? The main
It wasn't accurate either.
yeah, okay, but we know that the sentences might not make a lot of sense, so that's okay. What else? She asked a question at the same point, right? You're not supposed to do that, right? They can't be asked as questions. Yes. What else? That introduction was way weak, right? What else? She wasn't looking at us at all.
No.
No, she wasn't connecting with us. She was in her own world. She forgot she was speaking to an audience. Yes. What else?
And she didn't have any connectives or main points.
Right. Well, she had main points, but
I would say like one.
Yeah, one. She made an apology too in the middle, right? Saying she didn't know, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. Okay. We never want to let anybody see us sweat during the speech because oftentimes, and never tell people you're nervous, you're not prepared, you don't really know what's going on. Because if you make a mistake, a lot of times the audience may not pick up on it. So why are you going to tell them? Right? Keep it to yourself if you make a mistake. Or it's okay maybe if you use the wrong word and you say, oh, excuse me, I meant to say this. That's fine. But don't get up there. Oh, I'm just so nervous. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, please forgive me. Please don't judge me. You don't want to do any of that. Remember, we want to be confident, right? We want to be enthusiastic. We want to sometimes fake it till we make it. Okay. Particularly in impromptu, where you haven't had a chance to really practice much what you're going to say. Okay. Anything else, Savannah, or anybody in the group wants to add that we missed? All right. Thank you very much, group 2. That was very poor. No, that was group 1, right? Okay. All right. Thank you. Next up is our last group.
Group 3. All right, I guess we got to give a speech or something. So, yeah, like a good example of this principle is if you're doing a demonstration speech, something like that. It may not be required in your class, but it's the kind of speech, something you might be called upon to do in your future work. For example, a nurse may be teaching patients to do self-care for diabetes. Just hold on one second, I'm getting tired. Where was I? The temptation is to treat the procedure as a list of steps, which may number as many as 20 or 30 steps. Um, that's all I got for you.
Okay. Pretty awful right from the get-go, right? What you see?
Zero eye contact.
Yeah, no main points either.
It's the pause to drink the drink.
And the headphones.
Well, you might have to have a drink if you're talking, but you don't do it like he did it, right? Oh, just wait a minute. Let me get some. I'm tired right now. Yeah.
I would say body.
When you're paused and maybe moving from one point to another point. Get it? What else?
Body language, because it's like he was speaking to his side, he wasn't speaking directly to the audience.
Yeah, and we couldn't even see his eyes because he had on he had on earphones, shades. We don't even know. He might have been listening to some great music. He was in his own world for sure. What about structure?
He was leaned back. There was can he share?
Yeah, I mean,
he had an introduction, he had a body. I think he was just missing a conclusion.
yeah, the conclusion wasn't too
Too
good.
Yeah.
What did he do in the conclusion that you're not supposed to do? At the very end.
Saying that's what I got
That's
for
all.
you.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Right. That's it. That's all. That's all I got. Right. You want to leave that audience with some lasting, memorable words. And we don't want to spoil it with thank you, because we don't want that to be the last thing your audience hears. We want to leave them with those strong impact closing remarks, impactful closing remarks. You want to thank your audience, do it in the beginning by saying, I'd like to thank you all for permitting me to speak with you today, or thank you for listening to me, something like that. When you first start off. Anything else? Okay. Anything the group wants to add? Or John, did you want to add something that we may have missed?
Yeah, I there's like no general purpose or anything. Like I just started reading from the textbook and I read from different paragraphs, so the ideas weren't even connected.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think we're kind of getting the hang of this, right? Now, as I told you before, you might start off weak, and that's okay because you're out of your comfort zone in this class. You've been taught to write a specific way for many years. Now, all of a sudden, you're being told, oh, this is not an English paper. This is a speech, and it's way different. It has rules that you must be mindful of, lots of them. For organization as well as delivery. And you have to be mindful of all of this while you're speaking. So it's not an easy thing to do. But the more you practice, the better you will get at it. This is our 4th week. We have, that means 6 more weeks left. And every week, we're going to deliver some type of impromptu speech. So you're going to get a lot of practice with this. And by the end, you're all going to be very effective speakers. Very effective. And don't forget, I told you, your final grade is going to reflect that you improve, if you improve. So maybe that number score that you get will be bumped up if you have improved and you started doing what I asked you to do. Okay. Any questions at all? So we're going to be getting out early today, but I did want to remind you. Well, one other thing I did want to say about your eye contact in the delivery and making that connection with the audience. It helps your credibility. It's very important to do it right up front. It helps with your credibility, of course, and it keeps the audience interested. You will be surprised at the things that are contagious, like smiling at people. Oftentimes, when we smile at people, they smile back. Not all the time. It might be like, grouches or something, but for the most part, these things are effective. Looking into that camera, right at your audience, if it's a remote But when you're in a physical setting where your audience is right there before you, you have to look around that room. You have to work that room. It's very important to establish that connection with your audience. Vocal variety, pitches, volume, pauses, your rate of delivery. Sometimes we get nervous and we just rattle it on, just speak so fast that people don't understand exactly what we're saying. Some of the students did that today as well. So be mindful of your delivery techniques. Practice it, and you can just get in the mirror and look at yourself. The best thing that I find is taping yourself and looking back at it. You'd be so surprised of your performance. All right. So next week, we are going to focus on vocal variety. And you're going to need to bring your favorite menu to class. Now, there's instructions in the module about this impromptu speech. So I'm giving it to you ahead of time, so it's not really impromptu. But next week, I'll give you a few minutes to, practice a little bit about it, and then we'll all come back and we'll actually make a delivery. And these speeches will be, each person's going to give their own delivery. It won't be a group thing. Okay, so bring your favorite menu and make certain to read the information. It's not an assignment, okay? Which is one important thing, okay? That was on the syllabus test, right? You can't just go to assignments, click that on, and believe that you have all the information that you need for the assignment. There's also modules. There's also folders within those modules that have instructions as well. So it's very important that you open everything, read it, and know what is expected of you. So you'll have all of the information. Okay? That's key. All of the information. Okay. A lot of students just go straight, or they'll go to the calendar, they'll click it open, and okay, here's the assignment. That's all I need. Well, not really. Okay. There's other information in there, and you really need to make certain that you review it all. Okay. Any questions at all about anything? Okay. That's all I have for you, right? Have a wonderful night.
Professor, real quick, I did have a question about the paper due tomorrow. Was there like a word count or anything that you were looking at? I tried looking at the syllabus, I couldn't find anything.
No, I don't think that it is. But again, if it is, it's in the module. But hold on, let me see what's due tomorrow.
It's the TED Talk. Just says write an essay, but it doesn't really talk about the length or.
I think it doesn't say a page, or I'm not looking for an English paper, right? Now, I do want you to be mindful, of your spelling and things like that, but it's not the quantity that I'm looking for. It's the quality of what you're talking about. That's key. Okay? Because somebody can give me a lot of fluff. They could give me 4 or 5 pages of fluff, right? But I want to know that you understand the concepts. So any of these assignments like that, the TED Talks, to think about it, any of these types of assignments, you need to connect the concepts that are being discussed with the exercise, okay? With whatever TED Talk or situation that you're actually talking about. Okay, does that answer your question, Jonathan?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's not like a full essay like we would do in English. It's mainly just like talking about the TED Talk and like writing enough about
Discuss
it.
it. It'd be nice if you had an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. That'd be nice. But I mean, you don't need a whole thing like a speech, so to speak. Okay, so there's no need in the introduction to have all 5 sections. You know what I mean?
So it's gonna be more like the 300 to 500 word discussion posts that we see in some classes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Hit on those concepts. So that means you need to read the chapter, right? Or go back and look at class, what we were discussing in class. And I want you to give that back to me so that I understand, that I know that you understand the concepts. Okay. Most of you did pretty well on your first essay, so to speak. I think I told you, I did not develop this class. This class was developed by Professor Mitchell Cantor, and somebody else helped them too. And we have to teach this class. I also teach another class, human communication speech, which is a little bit different from this class. It doesn't focus so much on speaking, just the second half of the class does. All right, but you learn a whole lot about human behavior in that class first, so that you understand your audience, how do you deal with people. Okay. Any other? So I'm not as strict as Professor Cantor is with the essay. Okay. But I want to see that you know those concepts. And I don't want you to be as casual as you were today of giving us the worst deliveries and things like that. All right. Does that answer your question? Yes. Oh. All right. It's been a pleasure as always.
Hey, I just want to say thank you so much for going over like the internal previews and like stuff like that before class, because it kind of gave me a better like concept and how to like map out my speeches and a clear understanding, so I know how to go. Thank you.
Sure. This is my pleasure. I love.
All right, have a nice night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You as well.
Thank you.
Have a
You
great
too.
week. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe.
Have a good night,
Have a good night.
Too.
Thank
Good
you.
night, Professor.
Thank you very much. Okay, let me turn off the recording.